Hello and welcome to Piano Lessons, Boulder. I'm Sarah Hager. Last time we looked at the second movement of Bach's Italian Concerto, and after giving a brief introduction, I played it for you. Now in this video we will have a brief tutorial on how to study it, how to play it, what to do, what not to do, just a little finer points here and there. So looking at it again, remember that the important thing is it has a basso continuo which holds the freedom of the melody within its controlled rhythmic form. And Bach has written in the urtext piano in the left hand and forte in the right hand. I mean, normally we would do that in any case, but you see that on the harpsichord it was not possible to make nuances. It was not touch sensitive. So of course the Italian concerto was written for a harpsichord with two manuals of keyboards, one loud, one soft, and one keeps going back and forth between the two manuals in the two outer movements, you know, the first and the third. And so sometimes one is playing soft, that's in the Italian style, sounds like the soloist in a harpsichord concerto, and sometimes we play on the loud manual and that sounds like the orchestra, hence the term concerto. But in the slow movement, Bach wants the right hand to be played on the louder keyboard and the left hand throughout on the softer keyboard, and that makes complete sense. Of course, today we play it on a grand piano, even though I am playing it on a digital piano, which is really not too different from the forte piano in Mozart's time. It has no sustaining power in the treble. But anyway, on a piano, you still have to pedal. You can't play it without pedal, even though the harpsichord didn't have pedal, but on piano, to get the legato, you have to pedal. So starting with the continuo in the left hand, you see, what I just did was I pedaled on every single eighth note in the left hand. And you'll have to do this throughout, just one pedal for one note or chord of the left hand continually. And if you hold the pedal down a little longer than that, it'll sound muddy, the harmonies will overlap and it'll sound bad. If you don't pedal at all, it just will sound terrible. So you have to pedal on each and every left hand note. That is for the whole movement. Now on the first note with which it starts, that is absolutely crucial. That's the takeoff point for the whole movement. So what do we do? Of course, give it your all in your right hand on that note. But now pedaling is very complex. Here I'm pedaling on each chord, but when I play, you see it's three notes, la la la. I am pedaling only on the third note, not on the first two, because A and G, if you pedal on both of them, it becomes muddy, the harmonies don't blend. So I held the chord in the left hand with my fingers, I held it down and I did not pedal. And it's only after playing the second A in my right hand that I pedal in order to continue to hold that chord in the left hand. Listen, like this. Of course, it's so transcendently beautiful. It's just unbearably beautiful. Now, as a passionate music lover, you may be tempted to do a ritardando at the cadence in measure 12, which is the first stopping point. So I will play from measure 11, and I would like to say Please do not make a ritardando at measure 12. So here goes. And you don't make a ritardando because even though it's a complete close, but it's not the end of the movement. And if you make a ritardando there, it will feel like it's the end. So now I will show you how not to play it. You see? Now nobody expects anything more. I mean, it feels like the movement is over. So it should be so. Keep going, keep going. And the same remark applies to measure 26, in which there is a cadence or a close in the relative major, that is in F major. So you will feel a bit of a shock at the change of the key. You can make a diminuendo on the trill, but don't do a ritardando on the trill. That is to say, do not do this, what I'm about to do. No, it's a mistake that a great music-loving amateur could easily fall into. Now, of course, this movement is in a minor key, and almost invariably Bach would have ended it with a tierce de Picardy. That is to say, with a major third instead of a minor third. But this is one of the very rare occasions of a piece in a minor key that Bach does not end with a tierce de Picardy. He does not end it on that note of fate triumphing over sorrow and suffering. But at the same time, there is a tierce de Picardy, except that it is at the beginning of measure 45. But the piece ends on 49 with a minor third. So let's go back a little to measure 44. And we have now see that D major in the left hand. Once again, ritardando is not necessary. But you may pause after that D major chord. And then there's something added at the end, an addendum. A very clearly a coda. And this totally unexpected minor third from Bach, because you might have expected normally but not in this case. It's and that Bach writes this minor third at the end is exceptionally touching and beautiful. So once again, thank you so much for watching, and until we meet again next time, enjoy playing this divine slow movement of Bach. Thank you.